Good evening, viewers, and welcome to this edition of NTV Sports Page. It's Monday, the 23rd of January. I am Curtis Morton. In our headlines, West Indies women lose to South Africa. And in our feature for this evening, Charleston primary grades 5 and 6 athletes in focus. We'll take this break and I'll be right back.
My family first came to the Caribbean in the 60s. My parents did, originally from Quakertown, Pennsylvania. They traveled through the Caribbean, St. Croix, St. Thomas, St. Kitts, Barbados, and eventually they settled on Nevis. They found this old property just by falling in love with it, purchased it the same day that they found it, and fixed it up as a project, as a hobby, and turned it into our home. Eventually, it slowly became our business. My father says we had so many friends and family coming to visit, he decided he would start charging them. Once he made them pay, well, then it was a game on. So we opened our doors as a hotel and restaurant. Well, we started out as a very small family business with just 4 rooms. Working with the people in the village, and it grew over time. Now we have 13 rooms, we've built villas, we have a successful restaurant, and other enterprises that have all just fallen into place because we are part of the community, because the village has welcomed us. It made it a very easy, organic process for us, growing from something simple and small to what we have now. One of the deciding factors that convinced my father that he would settle on Nevis. One day he came over on a business trip. He had rented a vehicle. As he was driving along, he got a flat tire. Then an old woman came out of the house he had stopped in front of and said, "No, sir, no, please don't." And he didn't quite understand what she was talking about. She disappeared. He proceeded to change his tire. When she came back, she was surrounded by her grandchildren that she'd called from the village, and they had come to help and assist in getting the vehicle back on the road. She was so upset that he had changed the tire himself and had dirtied his hands that she brought out a basin of water and a starched linen towel and a bar of soap that was wrapped in the original package that had been sent to her from England. She allowed him to open up the soap and use her pressed linen napkin to wash his hands. This simple gesture of hospitality, of authentic welcome and caring, was something that he had never seen in other islands in the Caribbean, and it resonated with him. And that's what drew him into the village, and that's largely the experience that I've always felt growing up here. It's the lifestyle that I've been very fortunate to be able to develop here. We are in a fresh, natural environment. We breathe fresh air. We eat fresh fruit. We are free from mass media saturation. We're able to hear the birds. We're able to sit and listen, to speak with each other as people should. It's a gentle environment that I would not give up.
Well, I'm back and we start with cricket. South Africa women took a 44-run victory over the West Indies women to earn their first points in the Tri-Nations Women T20 International Series at Buffalo Park in East London. Shamelia Connell had a top all-round performance for the Windies women, finishing with bowling figures of 3 overs, 17 runs and 2 wickets, and then contributed 15 runs from 11 balls with the bat. The West Indies women are due to take on India women today. Well, they should have taken them on at 1 p.m., so we'll have some updated scores on that one. But the summarized scores in this particular game: South Africa women won 41 for 5, Marizana Kapp 52, Soon Loose 30, Shamelia Connell 2 for 17, Shabiki Gajnabi 1 for 23, and Hayley Matthews 1 for 33. The Windies women could only muster 97 for 9. Hayley Matthews top scored with 23, Brittany Cooper 15, Shamelia Connell 15, and South Africa women won by all of 44 runs. In terms of the ongoing schedule, well, on the 25th of January, they'll take on South Africa, and that would be at 9 a.m. Eastern Caribbean time. On the 30th of January, they take on India, and that's at 8 a.m. Jamaica time, 9 a.m. Caribbean time. On the 2nd of February, hopefully they'll be in the finals. That's the day for the grand finals, and that finals will start at 9 a.m. Eastern Caribbean time. We'll take this break, and I'll be back with our feature for this evening.
Came a long, long way from St. Kitts almost 27 years ago with a dream and $100 in my pocket. Well, you know, I had a job, my first job, my only job I ever had in my life. I used to be a lifeguard in St. Kitts, and I get fired, you know. And I was confused. I didn't know what to do. And I always loved Nevis, you know. Nevis has always been a very, very special place in my heart, you know. So I decided, you know, I'm going to go to Nevis and try my luck. Four Seasons at the time was under construction. Bought 6-pack of beers and 10 pounds of chicken and start catering to the construction workers. Nevis is a very special place, and compared to St. Kitts, it attracts a very high-end clientele, you know. We get people like Michael Douglas, Barbara Streisand, Jay-Z and Beyonce, the late Whitney Houston, Bill Clinton. They've all been here. Well, you know, you find something in life you like to do, and you do it from your heart, you know. You treat people well, you make them feel at home, and everything just happens from there on, you know. People are looking for an experience, you know, and when they come here, the first thing they say, you know, this is what we're looking for, this is the real Caribbean. If I have to describe Nevis in 3 words, I say friendly, safe, and lots of sunshine.
Well, I'm back, and tonight athletics is in the spotlight. The culminating races for the 2023 road relays held at the Charleston Primary School had to be completed over a period of 2 days. The grades 5 and 6 girls ran on the afternoon of Tuesday 17th January, but rain prevented the holding of the final race. Therefore, the grades 5 and 6 boys had their race the following morning, Wednesday 18th January. For the girls, Red House took a decisive first place, but the boys' event proved to be more eventful. As the Blue House athlete moved towards the finish line visibly tired, the Green House athlete was making a late bid to overtake when he was tripped by a bystander. He got back to his feet and completed the race, but the Blue House athlete had already crossed the finish line. In terms of the final results, grades 5 and 6 girls, first Red House, second Green House, and third Blue House. For the grades 5 and 6 boys, first Blue House, second Green House, and third Red House. Well, enough of the chatter. Let's get some of the action. Well, we're going to have grades 5 and 6 girls. They are off and running. These are the big girls. Grades 5 and 6. They're here in Janaya, so Diana has to be Green House. And the Blue House is leading for the moment. Red House is right in the mix. So all of them are doing very well. So Blue House still with a bit of a lead. But Janaya getting all of the Breathe and run. Come! Well, I don't think they could run if they don't breathe, but that's up for debate. As here goes, Red House now with the lead. Blue House has jumped back. Green House still with the same stretch. Blue House has jumped back to third spot. Red House looking smooth. So Red House looking cool. Don't give up! Fucking screaming his support for Green. Red House come on! She's struggling, but she's still with the lead. Come! Red House coming down the hill, looking strongish. It's pretty obvious that she's tired. Green House is obviously blown, but she's trying to hold on. Come off! Come off hard! There goes down the hill. Red House with that first button pass down the hill. Well, she must be related to Shanika Jackson. Down the hill she comes. Nice stride. But Green House trying to catch up there. Looking pretty smooth coming down the hill as well. Puck is calling her. But she's so far away. I'm not sure she could hear. Come, run! Large and in charge for the moment. You could see she's starting to tire now after that quick run out of the blocks.
Use your hand, Antonia.
And here she makes the turn now as we go across by multi-line and coming through. She would see the baton station pretty close, and she knows she's just about to pass Red House. Looking strong, coming down the hill and looking pretty powerful. And makes the turn still. Looking pretty strong, coming across by just past the Mount Cross Prep School and passing by the Charleston Methodist Church. Greenhouse has made the turn. Come on! Puck sees her. So he screams in support. He decides, well, I've heard that Green is behind me and I'm not going to let Green catch up. So look at that run. Look at the energy. Look at the effort. She's really pulling up the hill nicely. But Greenhouse has made the turn at the far end. But I think Green might be out of it. Puck wouldn't like to hear that at all. Puck has gone very quiet all of a sudden. But Green looking pretty strong.
Run hard, run hard!
So Red House gets the final baton. Up the hill she comes, right on her heels. Looking strong. She knows that the Greenhouse athlete must be a pretty strong athlete to finish. And so, can she make up the slack? It's a big slack to make up. I don't think she can make up that slack. She'll have to go to Ukraine and back to catch up.
Let's go, baby! Let it go! Let it go! Let's go, baby!
Gone past us. That was good. She didn't wait on the pickup. But she has kind of blown out now as she is now on the slack, but she knows she has a good lead. She knows that she has a pretty good lead. So, red she says, she calls out to Puck. Puck is very quiet. Puck is all of a sudden very quiet. Getting all the encouragement she could ask for. Red House supporters, they're happy. Soon finishes the call. Well, she comes up the final stretch towards the school, large and in charge. Red House has made Puck very silent. Puck is virtually speechless as the Red House athlete comes in now. In first place, Greenhouse has made up quite a bit of slack, but she's way behind. Red House has done it. Crosses the line now, gets a hug from Mrs. Willett. Greenhouse has done pretty well. The question is, if she had gotten it a little earlier, what may have happened? But that's all speculation. She has run a good race. But she'll have to settle for second. She has done very well. Puck salutes her and says congratulations. So Green has done a very good job to take second spot. And we are not seeing the Blue House athletes as yet. Well, we finally see the Blue House athlete. So here's the Blue House athlete. She would have gotten the baton a long time after the other two, but she has decided to finish the race, and that's the important thing. We'll give her house some very important points. She has decided to walk, maybe overextending herself trying to catch up, and she has burnt out herself. She might just finish with a run, being encouraged to finish with a run, and so she will cross the line momentarily. Blue House has completed the race, looks very disappointed. Maybe saying I should have gotten that baton a lot earlier. So that race is completed. Pretty good race as well. Well, we're back here at the Charleston Primary School. And it's a situation where the last race scheduled for yesterday afternoon was rained out. And that's the grade 6 boys for the cross-country relay. And so today it's a totally different day. And the sun is shining. And so at this point, they're going to have that particular grade 6, well, 5 and 6, grades 5 and 6 boys. And that's what we're going to have at this point. And let's see if we can get this in pretty quickly. I don't think it will be a long race. So I think that we should be able to cover this just about to get there. And this is, well, one of them was out of the blocks. Right, it's a bit of a false start.
Kashin, wait for the whistle.
Kashin have to be your head.
Bye, buddy.
Bit of a false start. So they have to do it all over again. So athletes being advised to wait for the whistle.
They're good, my bud.
Set.
This time it's a clean start and a bit of a rush for the start. These are the big boys at the Charleston Primary School. And mommy is already there, supportive as usual. And so her son just stepping back slightly. The other two athletes just a little bit of a headroom ahead of him. But all three athletes within striking distance really for the first baton pass. None of them really left behind. We already have some people running alongside, encouraging and so on. So greenhouse athletes closing in on us now.
Go ahead, boy.
Closing in on us and the greenhouse athletes making waves. Coming down the hill. He has taken the lead now. Greenhouse athletes still struggling. And we have some people. First back pass now. They're out of the blocks with a rush. Green and blue. Red House a little bit behind, trailing slightly. But green and blue pushing down the hill. Moving nicely. And so blue leading the way for the moment. Green struggling to keep up. Red languishing in the rear. But it's not all over. He's still within striking distance. Once the others burn out, he can close that gap. So, whether or not he'll be able to.
Drive,
So, here goes. Leading by a good distance now. Pretty comfortable looking lead, but you can see he's tiring.
Slow down.
You can see he's tiring.
Guy.
Oh, it's going to be out of the blocks like a jet plane. Blue House. And the encouragement, he's out of the blocks. Blue House pushing it here. Greenhouse has just turned the corner. He had to slow down because he was right on the pickup. Greenhouse has turned the corner. Can Green make up the slack? I'm not too sure how strong that athlete for Green is. Red House seems to be making some waves here.
Hard boy.
So, cut him down, says teacher.
Use your hands.
So the Blue House athlete pumping up the hill, looking strong. Greenhouse doesn't seem too strong in second place, but Blue seems to be totally in control for the moment. And we are hearing the shouts. Mommy is here. She doesn't like to be on TV. And I think she's forgetting that she's on TV. Leading and encouraging. She said, let me go. I think this is the final baton pass. Ain't no way, she says, like a catch you. Never, she says. It's a lot of speed up this hill. Number 130 on his shirt, wearing a blue cap. Blue cap and orange boots. Looking strong. And And gonna make the turn now. Cameron is the name. Getting some encouragement here.
Come on, come on.
Let
Use
me
your
go,
hands.
let me go.
So apparently still within the possibility of a record. He has left them quite a distance. Gomisha Malone maybe just a little rusty now. And Greenhouse has turned the corner with Blue House tiring slightly. Greenhouse is really pumping up some dust coming across
Yellow
here.
guide, boy.
Blue House getting some encouragement. He knows that Green is coming like a jet plane, like a freight train, really. Run, she's saying. Run, she's saying. And Cameron getting all the encouragement. Even the crossing guard has forgotten her duties for the moment. And Cameron getting a lot of encouragement, but he's burnt out. Greenhouse is closing the gap. Cameron is burnt out. Somebody falls down. Oh, somebody cut across him. Somebody cut across Greenhouse. He was right on his track. And somebody cut across. Unfortunately. And so the Blue House athlete is safe. But my goodness, the Greenhouse athlete was almost there. Looked as if he was going to do some catching up. And somebody cut across him, unfortunately. And what a sad way to finish the race. But he's strong, he got up, and he finished the race in second place, but he will be very disappointed. Throws the baton away, really angry. And being asked to take up the baton. The Red House athlete is coming in. Somebody might want to protest this race. I'm not sure if it will be rerun, but I have my doubts about it. Well, that's our package for this evening. I am Curtis Morton, reminding you that you can watch sports if you're not fit. But to play sports requires fitness, diligence, and sacrifice. Have a good night.